Hello and welcome to Getting Your Money's Worth, the show that focuses on value. I'm Judith West, and our guest today is Sarah Maria Dreisbach, founder of
Break Free Beauty.
Break Free Beauty. Okay, Break Free Beauty. All right, it's been a hard day. Okay, Break Free Beauty, what is that?
It is a company dedicated to helping people love and accept themselves and their bodies as they are.
Love and accept their body. You say that we're in a war, but not in a war with foreign policy,
right,
but in a war with our bodies.
That's exactly right. It's, statistics show 90%, 80 to 90% of women dislike their bodies.
I was surprised by some statistics that you had about at what age this starts. I think you had something like 80% of young girls, 11-year-olds or something?
It's 51% of, 10-year-old girls, goes up to 78% of 17-year-old girls, up to 80%, once they hit 18. So it starts very young, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, and they're already worried about losing weight and whether they should diet or something.
That's exactly right.
Sarah, what caused this?
I think there's a lot of reasons. The media definitely has a role to play in the images that are being projected on magazine covers and, on television screens about how women should look.
Right.
And also, men too.
Yeah. I mean, these teen magazines, I want to buy something, for a 16-year-old. There's not a magazine that doesn't talk about how to have sex 14 different ways or what to do with your face. I mean, it's out of control.
Yes. And, magazines, teen magazines, girls are reading them very young, 10 years old, and they're reading about diets and how they should fit in a bathing suit.
Okay. So we live in a culture that prizes or celebrates youth and fitness. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to, are you fighting that? Well, is that fair to say?
What I'm trying to do is propose a healthier solution, which is to say nothing's wrong with fitness. I mean, fitness is wonderful. We all, perform better, feel better when we're at the top of our game. But what isn't okay is the obsession for thinness, the obsession for perfection that haunts so many young girls and women, that they feel like their body isn't good enough unless they're a size 2.
Or O.
Exactly. And so it's that prevailing beauty myth that I'm challenging.
Yeah. Well, you got into this really because you had your own story.
Yes.
I think you call your stories a negative body obsession.
Negative body obsession, exactly.
Okay. Tell us and all those and folks listening what that story was.
Sure. When I was always very healthy as a girl growing up. Got to high school and played a lot of sports, very athletic. All of my peers, all the other girls, started talking about dieting, and I decided, wow, I should go on a diet. Wasn't overweight.
You weren't
heavy.
overweight,
though. Not at all. But I thought, there was a girl in my class who actually had lost a lot of weight. She developed anorexia, and I thought, if I can be thin like that, then I'll be more popular. People will like me more. So I started eating 500 calories a day.
500 calories a day?
500 calories a day, and I would get up in the morning and run, and then play sports in the afternoon. Clearly not enough food, and I lost, well over 20 pounds. And was very happy. I was ecstatic. I was, really teeny. And I got a lot of approval from people.
You liked your body, and people liked it too.
Even though I was, very, very thin. And then I stopped. I kind of relaxed my 500 calorie a day diet and found myself eating, constantly because I had been starving myself. And then got very, very scared. Oh my gosh, I'm going to gain weight, and I can't control my appetite. That led to bulimia in college, and really a struggle, a war with my own body. And in talking about it, kind of in coming out with my story, I've found that there are so many people, so many women, and a growing number of men who have the same story and have struggled with exactly the same issues.
You found plenty of peers in that.
That's
in
exactly
that bowl,
right.
In that dilemma.
Right, and as part of my own process, I developed a 5-step kind of formula to help people break free from negative body obsession. And so that became my focus. That's why I founded Break Free Beauty, to help, share what I've learned with others.
Well, you were very strong. We're going to go through these 5 points.
Yeah.
But to break free, as you take it, when someone has an eating disorder, Sarah, and that's what you had, the
Sure.
what is the desire for approval the problem? I mean, what is the root of that?
It's, it's impossible to say because there are so many different factors, but some, kind of key consistencies you see with people with eating disorders: a desire for approval.
Desire for approval.
But there's also a lot, it is a mental health issue, and they
Exactly.
often don't have enough serotonin. They don't have the right balance of neurotransmitters in their brain.
So it could be about. So it could be mental. It also could be pathological. It could be something in your body.
Definitely.
Chemistry.
There's
chemistry.
both. Exactly. There's the psychological component, and there's also a physiological component.
So how were you able? I mean, you look like a young woman at a relatively young age
Yeah.
to break out of this on your own.
It took a long time, but I went through psychotherapy, which was the psychological component. That was very helpful. And I also developed a strong spiritual practice. I have a daily meditation practice, have been a long-time yoga practitioner, and that really helped me to kind of separate myself from the eating disorder and from the behavior.
You sort of had you established some space
Exactly.
between you and the eating.